Hopefully everyone's having a perfect day. It's overcast today. Looks nice. Couple clouds. But today I want to talk about one thing. Whose rules are you living by? Have you picked the rules yourself? Or are you letting other people decide your life for you? Okay. So, interesting topic for me at least, because being very logical, my old identity, science backed, everything like that, I would always try and find the right way to do things, right? Always try to find scientific evidence, proof, studies. Basically, I would look for validation from this world, saying how things are, why things are such. But even in that identity, I still didn't let it get to me because I experimented with dry fasting, which is no water, no food. Experimented with regular fasting. Experimented with just drinking distilled water, because I remember there was a period of time where people used to say, "Oh, you can't drink distilled water; it's bad for you." So I've been drinking distilled water for years. Um, you know, water fasting. They say you need stuff. Mind you, if you have extra fat, your body will survive a lot longer than what this realm believes. Um, and dry fasting. I remember. I don't know if anyone had. Anyone heard that you could only survive what is it, 3 days, 72 hours without water before you died? So that anyone that's dry fasted before knows that that's total bullshit too. But yeah, whose rules are you living by? Like if you're trying to quit alcohol or some kind of addiction, are you assuming that it's going to be difficult because someone else said it's difficult? Or are you going to give yourself a fighting chance and say, you got this, this is not going to be difficult, you got this, you're going to reset as much as you need to, because you know the end, you know that you're not an addict, you know that you are redeemable, right? You know that you can be born again, regardless of what you've done wrong, okay? There's going to be plenty of people that this might not resonate with. More likely than not, you're stuck in the ego, or you're stuck in this realm of thinking where you're like, I forgive but I don't forget. Everyone's allowed to live the way they want to live, right? But you set the rules to your own life, okay? So you see these videos that are like, oh, what does it mean to be masculine? What does it mean to be feminine? What is the divine masculine? What is the divine feminine? Look, as a divine entity, you will embody both. Okay? You will embody both. It's inevitable. You're divine. It makes no sense to be one-sided. Why would you limit yourself? So, yeah, whose rules are you playing by? I remember one conversation I had with my lover. It was a kind of dumb conversation, but it was. She asked me if I was nurturing or something, right? And I was like, yeah, I think I'm nurturing. Like I think any parent. I think if anyone wants to be a parent, regardless of if you're a man or a woman, you should be able to nurture, your child. You should be nurturing. You should have nurturing qualities, right? And I remember that kind of became a ridiculous. I don't even remember where the friction was. Like, she wasn't happy with me because she's like, "Oh my god, like men aren't supposed to be nurturing," and I was like, "Who the fuck said men aren't supposed to be nurturing? Like, who said that? Who decided that? Who fucking, like that doesn't make sense. Like, as a parent, you nurture your kid, period, right?" And later, towards the end, I realized it was a perception problem where I was perceiving. In my reality, it makes no sense for men to not be nurturing, because if you want to be a parent, You have to be nurturing, right? And then I live by my rules. So if someone says men aren't supposed to be nurturing, I'm like, that's ridiculous. That makes no sense. And then in her reality, that's what makes sense in her reality. She doesn't think that men should be nurturing. So that's her reality, right? That's what she believes. But again, I don't know if she picked that or if that's just society's conditioning, right? Because she's older than me, so she's, I would say she's more used to the polarization of men being a lot more stoic, less emotional, stuff like that, and women being more emotionally free and whatever, right? But anyways, yeah, I didn't mean to go on that tangent. But no, pick your own rules, okay? Because you decide how you live your life, and your rules dictate your reality and how your life will respond to you. So pick your rules. Make sure you're the one that's picking it, because you don't want anyone else setting your rules for you, right? Because it's your world, it's your universe. There's no reason to let anyone else decide for you. Okay? Don't let society decide shit. Society. Okay? Don't let past behaviors, don't let maybe you grew up with a lot of negativity, so now you have this negative voice in your head that's constantly bringing you down. Okay? If you're an addict and you want to quit, don't let anyone tell you like, oh no, it's impossible to quit. All right? Because again, they are projecting. They could be projecting your old identity back at you, but in instances where you're interfacing with other people, they are projecting their own limitations onto you as well. Okay? So if they say that oftentimes, they don't believe it's possible. Okay? What people say is often what they need to hear themselves. Or it's what your old identity is reflecting back at you. Because all creation is done, right? So what you're living in right now is the creation of your current identity and your old identity. And it's been creating probably since you were a kid, to be honest. So when you make a change, be aware that it's not going to visualize right away, okay? And don't let that lose hope. Keep the same positive attitude. Your perception is your reality, okay? So you perceive the world to be as you want it to be. Doesn't matter what it's showing you. Doesn't matter what the 3D is showing you. The universe needs your validation in order for it to affect you at all, okay? The universe needs your validation. You don't need the universe's validation, okay? So have an awesome day. It's a beautiful day today. It's nice and perfect. Sun's out, so have a good one, guys.